Hey beauties, it's Jamie Jo
and Jessie Massoud,
and welcome to Skinfluence,
a podcast dedicated to beauty, fashion and self-love,
turning your weakness into your uniqueness. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge the custodians of the land on which we record, the Gadigal People of the Eora Nation. In today's episode, we are going to be chatting through our top 5 favourite foundations for any occasion. Every day, formal events, we've got you covered, so let's hop into it.
So when me and Jamie were growing up, we actually never used to wear foundation.
Ever.
Up until the age of probably, how old were you when you started wearing foundation?
Probably not till I was 21.
Yeah, I've probably started wearing foundation a bit more since I was
Just this
20.
year, yeah.
Actually, probably since 19 when I was having problematic skin and I was a bit self-conscious as well.
Yeah.
So there are a bunch of different reasons why people do wear foundation.
Yeah, I think for me, I really had beautiful baby smooth skin for a long time, and I only started to wear foundation once I realized that it makes your whole entire look much
Come
more
together.
seamless. And even every day now, I used to just pop on a little bit of concealer, blush and mascara, but now it just doesn't have the same effect. As my skin gets a little bit older, I just need something to even out the tone.
So you're struggling with like pigmentation or like just discoloration.
Yeah,
And you want to even it out. Yeah.
As someone with tan skin, my body is so much darker than my face. I don't know what it is, but my face is always much more ghastly and white. So even if I have nice skin, I need to just even it out with like a little bit of a tint on an everyday basis. Otherwise, I really look sick. I don't know what's going on. It's like winter
Maybe
weather.
you need some vitamin D, Jane.
I probably do.
So what's your go-to skin tint? Because I know I have one that's different to yours.
Yeah, well, my favorite one is the Summer Fridays skin tint. It is so good. I did get it in PR and I thought, what's this tiny little bottle? It's tiny. Like, it looks so thin and small, but it actually has 30 mils of product. So there's a decent amount of product in there.
Yeah.
And it is just a beautiful tint. What I mean by a tint is this really doesn't have any coverage at all, but it does just have a little bit of color and bronzeness that it's going to add to the face. And I use a tint quite a bit darker than my actual skin color itself. And it really blends so beautifully.
Yeah, I think when you like put it in your hand, it looks so much darker than it's going to be. But then because it's so light coverage, it like seamlessly blends into your natural color.
What I do is I actually just put moisturizer all over my face and then I just add a few drops into my hands after of the tint. I rub it and then I literally just buff it into my face with my fingers.
Yeah.
And it just creates a really seamless application and it looks beautiful for every day. It looks like skin, like almost like I have nothing on. But now my face matches my body.
Yeah, and I've actually seen people pump it into their moisturizer themselves, like, and then mix it into their moisturizer and then put it on their face, also for that even application. So you could even try that tip.
Yeah, especially if you like go to a school where you're not allowed to wear makeup, but you
They
just
won't
want
know.
a little something. This is the perfect kind of product for that. Or it's really great for like retail, just anything every day where you don't want to put a lot of effort in. You rub it in, it's like done. So easy. But it is a little bit expensive.
It's quite expensive. Everything's expensive in my opinion these days.
Yeah, when you look at beauty these days, like the prices are skyrocketing, but it is a beautiful product. So it is $70 and it's lasted me at least 6 months now and it's still heaps of product
That's
left.
great. Because a little goes like a really long way with this product.
Yeah, you don't need a
didn't
lot.
like this product on my skin tone. I felt like it was too orange on me. But
Yeah.
you have a different complexion, so I probably just need a different shade.
I think you just need a different shade. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
quite warm. It's a quite warm color that I use, but I really love it. So you can just buy that at Mecca. It's also easy to like keep in your car in your emergency kit because it's so
true.
tiny.
It is.
I love the packaging. It's cute.
The packaging, what can we compare it to? It's like the La Roche-Posay sunscreen packaging,
or
kind
like
of.
the drunk elephant
Oh, no,
drops.
it's more like the drunk elephant drops, yeah.
Those bronzing drops.
Exactly.
Okay, what's your favorite one?
Okay. Mine's actually pretty new. I've only been using it for 3 weeks because you got sent it in PR again. But it's the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, but it's also an SPF 40 as well. So I think because of that added product into it, it's a bit thicker, which
is.
I like because I do sometimes have like breakouts here and there. So just like the extra coverage that I think that this product have is still really nice for a skin tint. And the fact that it has SPF is great for everyone that like obviously in Australia we need to be covering our skin even in the winter.
It's just easy to use too. You don't have to use two separate products. You don't need an SPF and a skin tint. It's just all in one.
And I think the sunscreen adds to the glow of the product.
It definitely
this product
does.
looks super natural, super glowy, but it does give you a bit more coverage than the Summer Fridays tint would.
You're wearing it today.
I'm wearing it today.
I'm wearing the Summer Fridays today.
Yeah, and like Jamie, I rub this in with my hands most of the time. If that's not working that day, for some reason my makeup doesn't want to work every day, I can just buff it out with the brush if it looks a bit patchy as well. This one is $80 and it's also 30 mils. So like we said,
It's expensive.
for a skin tint, these prices are looking quite expensive, but because you're only using a little bit of the product, it can last a long time. But still, it's a little bit of an investment.
It really is, but this brand is so beautiful. It's actually new to Mecca. It's got some stunning products. Like they have blush sticks.
Their liquid products are beautiful, and like when you use them in conjunction all together, I use their concealer and their blush today as well, and just like the overall look is always so beautiful.
So beautiful. What could I describe the brand as? It's very like clean. It's seamless. It does give that clean girl kind of aesthetic, but in a very like nice Australian way. I just really think it's such a beautiful
It's
brand.
super glowy as well.
Yeah, the packaging is gorgeous.
Now let's move on to more of like fuller coverage foundations.
But we do have an affordable option for you guys because we know these are like ridiculous prices, but it's affordable to an extent. Even drugstore these days, their prices are quite high.
Going up, like compared to when we were younger, like looking at these prices, I'm like, inflation.
Literally. So true. Okay, it's the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint. We have mentioned this before, but this is a staple.
Yep.
We use this all the time, and I would say this is the next level up. So even though it does say it's a skin tint,
It actually has a lot more
it
coverage.
has way more coverage
It's a foundation. To me, I think it's a coverage foundation.
Exactly. I definitely put it in the foundation like space. It's not a skin tint at all. This is going to even out your skin, make you look really smooth, poreless.
It's buildable
glowy.
as well.
Yeah.
Like you can use a tiny amount and like it would be considered a skin tint, but if you put a normal amount for like as you would a foundation, it's really buildable.
I would say it's a
to full
medium coverage.
Yeah.
Medium coverage, and then you can definitely build it up to full coverage. But the thing with this is, this Maybelline product is literally just as good as any high-end product I've ever used.
It lasts all day when I've got like a big day of work or like events and stuff and I'm going from X to Y, like from morning to night. This one actually does last all day. The only thing I'll do is like powder up a bit before the night event.
Because
and
it's
then
quite
it looks
glowy.
really good. Yeah, you can like kind of get the sweaty look.
But it's such a beautiful foundation. And as I said, this is kind of that in between. It's not super full coverage, but it's definitely not a skin tint. So this is something that if you like more coverage, if you've got acne on your skin, if you have rosacea, if you have discoloration,
This will pretty much cover it
it
up,
really does like even out the skin so beautifully. I don't know what Maybelline put in that bottle, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can really get this for $20 to $30.
But you can probably get it on a deal half off.
well, that's what I'd say. It's around $20 when it's on sale.
Yeah,
But if
okay,
you're gonna
great.
like get it not on a sale, it's around $30. So it's pretty good, and it's 30 mils of product as well,
which is also a good amount.
So it's a good amount. It's gonna last you quite a while. It's just a really, really good staple, and I would say the color range is actually really good
they
for
do
tan
have a
skin.
really good color range.
Yeah, the undertones are quite beautiful. Like this, when Jessie uses it, is honestly my favorite
I
thing
think
she
it's
ever
the
puts
best
on.
color match for me that I found thus far.
And with someone with like tan, olive skin, like
Yeah.
an interesting undertone, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
Okay, let's move on to like the higher end, full coverage, like luxury foundations that we love and swear by.
Okay, we have two. Now, I've got one that I use every time I have an audition, every time I go on stage, and I will never stray from this product. It is the best of the best for stage makeup and really just any formal event, really.
Yeah, long-lasting foundation.
It's so gorgeous. It's the Dior Face and Body Foundation, and it really is designed to work for runway models, for photo shoots. That's why it's so good for stage makeup, and it's $80 from Dior. But
50 mils.
exactly, this is 50 mils. Every other thing we've mentioned is only 30 mils. So when you put it in comparison, the amount of
$80
product,
for 50 mil
yeah,
for a high-end,
For Dior.
long-lasting Dior foundation is crazy.
and this, I mean, I know makeup expires, guys, but sometimes we don't stick to those rules. I've been using the same bottle through 3 professional productions.
And how many
3.
years? How many years is that?
That's been over like 2 years.
Yeah. I mean,
should probably
don't
get a new one.
No, I don't think so. You still got more and it still looks just as beautiful.
It's so good. I've literally used it through Hamilton, through like a little indie show I did, and through West Side Story. I was outside in the rain dancing, and I would come off and I had a full bead on, and all the other poor girls, like their makeup is
Sweating
yeah,
off.
it was off.
It's sliding around.
Yeah, so they have a beautiful skin color range.
That's awesome.
And this, how can I describe it? It feels like nothing on your face. It's so weightless because it's just that thin consistency, yet it's still
So
full coverage.
full coverage. I used
like
this
magical.
for my formal, and I had just come back from like schoolies, and my face was peeling because it was summertime.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, how am I
remember.
going to look good? Like, how is this going to work? And you know, to your face and body to the rescue.
They came in clutch. It's such a good product, and because of that, you know, extra 20 mils that you get, it's so worth it. This is something that you really should have in your drawer, especially if you are a performer, if you're an athlete, if you are someone who is really active and always wearing
Foundation, like this is a really good one to invest in.
It's so good. Go Dior.
Okay, now we're going like that next step up, especially in price point, but we've got the Giorgio Armani foundation at $105 for 30 mils, which is crazy, but why did we include this one in the mix, Jay?
Okay, well, the luminous silk is very iconic, and I would say that this is something that's beautiful and special. So when you have very special occasions, this is the one.
Like, think your wedding day, like engagement.
You know, being a bridesmaid. This is something that feels luxurious. It's just a beautiful product as well. It looks absolutely incredible. It's going to last for a long time. Incredible shade range. But obviously, you know, it's got a high price point.
Yeah.
But this is something that it feels special, and it's going to be like something that you kind of keep and remember for those type of events. I really like to use this when we have weddings, when we've got like red carpet events. It's such a gorgeous product.
So if you have a year like full of different special events, like maybe this is the one you want to look at.
Yeah. That's exactly right. If you have like graduations,
Oh,
I don't know,
that's such
birthdays,
a cute thing to buy for your graduation.
It's like a nice little treat that you can give
yourself.
yourself, that you know it's going to perform and just look like really beautiful. And it's kind of adds to that whole experience. When you think of luxury, it's about the experience as well as the product. So when you're doing your makeup, it feels special.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just iconic. Like this is, if you're a beauty lover and you haven't tried this, it's just one of those staple foundations that no one can keep. Like no one can keep out of their kits, especially professional makeup artists.
Yeah, they're going to have this one.
They're going to have it because it's just, I don't know, it's just the
just
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think of top three, if you think of like top tier foundations, this is always going to be
Always going to
mentioned.
make the list. Exactly.
Those are our favorite 5 foundations for different occasions. Now, as you can see, you can use them all like in different ways themselves, but having a few on rotation for different events is really, really fun, especially.
And these are definitely on our rotation.
Yeah, we use these all the time. So it's just like a matter of, what am I doing today and which one am I going to pick?
Okay, so thank you for joining us today on Skinfluence. If you're interested in any of the products mentioned in today's episode, there are links available in the episode description on your podcast app.
If you love what you hear, leave us a rating and a review.
And if you have a question or want us to cover anything on the pod, reach out via our socials at Jessie Massoud
and at Jamie Jo, or send us an email at skinfluence@novapodcast.com.au. Bye guys, we love you.